Yes, Liverpool fans, as you can tell from my face, I'm not very happy. Um, Deep down, I knew this good run that we've been on wasn't going to last. I knew there's certain teams further down the table, like Wolves, who were fighting for their dear lives. And when teams come out to play and we get caught slipping, sleeping, whatever you want to call it, we get found out. And the Wolves game yesterday, we lost 2-1, of course, if you didn't know the scores. Gomez and Andre was the scorers for Wolves, and Salah got one back for us. But I'm gonna dive in. There's some serious sabotaging going on at Liverpool because I'm at a loss. It's a multifaceted issue. Slot is to blame. Van Dijk is to blame, Kanate, the whole squad is to blame. And the cherry on the top for me, Cody Gakpo has to go. I don't care what has to be done, but I was praising him last week for actually doing textbook stuff that Cody Gakpo normally does to score a goal. And he also had a moment of brilliance where he set up ping pong on the right hand side, which ended up in an own goal against West Ham. But besides that, most of the season he's done nothing. He's done nothing. And funny enough, I think the last time he even scored was at West Ham. I went to the game. Cody Gakpo did score in that game as well. So when it comes to the big games, whatever, he doesn't show up. And I've been on his neck most of the season because to me it's so wasteful. And we have an alternative, but for some reason, Slot being a coward or protecting Rio, he just doesn't want to shoot him on. But before I get to all that, I'm gonna deep dive into where we lost it, the fundamental, critical moments in the game that turned the tide against us and left us in the mud. We're in the mud most of the season, but this one was hard to take because bottom of the league, Wolves, we should have beaten them. The very least did what Arsenal did, with which was get a draw. Now Arsenal fans are on to me because at least they didn't lose to Wolverhampton, bottom of the league. But Liverpool, current champions, we did lose to them. So I'm going to dive into it. But before I start going into the errors that cost us the game, I just wanted to read this from the captain himself, Van Dijk, which I found it slightly strange and weird to say the least. Because okay, I'll read it and we can take it from there. I think it's down to ourselves. I agree with that. We were slow, we were predictable and sloppy in possession. And among and a wrong decision was making. Obviously, sorry, it's not that I can't read people because it's very small. um Obviously we don't concede chances, but if you perform like that, then a result like this could be the result of that. So on one level, I get what he's saying, but on another level, I don't, because the chances that we conceded was one main one was directly because of his fault, and I'm going to walk you through that. So Van Dijk, um, as you can see here from the picture, Van Dijk, um, good position, no issues. I don't understand why. Um, I'm just trying to enlarge it for you, make myself smaller. But as you can see right here on my left hand side, you can see good position. Ball comes in 1-1 with the Wolves striker. How many times have we seen Van Dijk boss these type of positions? He usually wipes the floor, wins most aerial duels, and is probably top somewhere in terms of winning aerial duels. You get what I'm saying? So, Van Dijk is top selected, but somehow he loses this battle. And from then on, it was problems after problems. I've drawn the arrow, and I believe that's Gomez about to get on his bike because he's anticipating Van Dijk loses that duel, that aerial duel against the Wolverhampton striker, and said so Dan he loses the duel and he has time to bring the ball down and slot it to his colleague there, running, bombing on. But look at the three players. That player that I think that was Van Dijk. Sorry, not Salah on the right. Yeah, Salah I think is there at that moment in time. Tell me why he's not sprinting back for dear life. Okay, he moved very fast, so he might have it. But what I wanted to highlight was in the box, Kanata's positioning. I'm sorry, I'm not a pro like that, and I know if there's two of you, one goes for the ball, one covers the space, and in my opinion, he should have dropped where I've done that rectangle. That's where Kanata should have been. So if somehow the ball did get loose, gets passed on to Gomez like it did in real time, Kanate would have been able to cover it. But guess what? It doesn't get covered. And hence, from that moment, from when the Wolves striker wins the ball, we were in the mud. 100% not if so buts. And as you can see, as I run it on, Van Dijk is now looking back. The ball goes to the Wolves striker. He happily slots Gomez in to run in through to goal. And by the time, well, Kanate reacted in real time, but he just wasn't fast enough. At this moment, I really thought Kanate was going to slide in there and just clear the ball. But also, so Van Dijk is at fault. Now Kanate is at fault because he was in the wrong position. He didn't anticipate that Van Dijk would lose that aerial duel. Yeah? Okay. Look at where Allison is now. Allison is in no man's land. I don't know what he was doing there, why he was coming out, because in my humble opinion, seasoned goalkeeper like Allison, who saved us so many times, he doesn't have to move. He just needs to get to the near side slightly um towards the right hand side of the goal, but not in the middle. You get what I'm saying? In case he tried Gomez tried to slot it in that near corner. But this guy decides to sprint out and go to the ball. That was the wrong decision. So our backline and Allison was to 100% blamed for this predicament that we found ourselves in, because Kanate, I think he should have slid in. Okay, he didn't want to give a penalty away potentially. Cool, because Gomez is no slouch. He can dust. You get what I'm saying? Cool. But Allison, Becker coming out in that position was the wrong move, because he should have just waited, let Gomez do something, and then react to it. You get what I'm saying? But him coming out was the wrong move, and so said so done. Gomez just dinks it to the left side of Allison, and it was a goal. Else there. Gomez I saw running back to try and get onto the goal line to potentially clear it, but that wasn't gonna happen. So that was that was what in the last, that was like what, 73rd minute. So although we conceded that point, mainly of our own making, our own problems, our own issues, I think I was still happy. And Salah did get one back in the end, which I was happy about. He what's the word? He captivated. He took the chance basically from a mistake from one of the defenders. I can't remember which one from Wolves, but he um he took advantage, he scored, got us back into it. 1-1, 83rd minute. Now, the last goal, I'm not really gonna discuss it too much just purely because it was unfortunate. We slightly got caught out. The shot came in from Andre. He shouldn't have, it inadvertently hit Joe Gomez. Deflection. Allison was wrong footed. He goes in, but the problem was it was in the 94th minute of stoppage time. And I think they held up a sign of 7 minutes or something extra at the time. And it is what it is. Last minute winners. It wasn't a screamer. It wasn't a mad thing. Yes, some of the players have done better, but when a goal goes in like that from a deflection, it's very hard for the keeper. So I'm not gonna stick it on Allison to say he was at fault. Could he have? There's not much he could have done because the guy shot. He went one way before he knew it. The ball was going in the other direction. So, yeah, shout out to Ed. Apparently, he was doing a Konya, them ones. But yeah, I'm getting it right, left and center, people. Like I'm getting cooked in WhatsApp groups. I'm getting cooked in Instagram, on TikTok. I'm getting cooked everywhere. Liverpool fans, we're in the mud. But I wanted to move on now. Let's move it on to what Steven Gerrard said and what I said at the beginning of this video. Steven Gerrard said the following about Rio, of course. He has to start Nogomoa now. He's doing more in small space of time than Gakpo is doing for 60 minutes or more. You get what I'm saying? The kid has to be given a chance. Slot needs to stop being a coward. He needs to stop protecting him, or I don't know what he's doing, protecting him or shielding him or whatever. But Rio needs to start games because Gakpo is just, is in my humble opinion, Gakpo is just terrible. Last week I was giving him praises. Yes, I said that, but generally speaking, on the balance of everything, Gakpo has been so poor as an attacking option for us this season. He pops up now and again, but he's not fit for purpose. He's not a fit for Liverpool. The players that used to help him out and make him look good, Diaz is gone and Nunes is gone. So the players that, and when Salah was firing, Salah used to give him a helping hand. You get what I'm saying? So all those players are gone, and now there's a different setup, and he's just not, yeah, he's just not mustard anymore like he used to be. So Rio's chance here, and he came on late, 80 something minute, which is not enough game time in my opinion. But even when he does, he still creates more chances than Gakpo does in a whole 60, 70, 80 minutes of a game, with the exception of last week. But on balance, Rio, in my humble opinion, is the better option. Slot needs to start trusting him, needs to start giving him more minutes, and let him help us because we're in the mud. We're in a battle. Top four, top five is looking shaky because had we won yesterday, we would have been actually third. With the game in hand because Man United hadn't played. They played today at the time we're recording this video. So it would have been on Man United to beat Newcastle and Villa to beat Chelsea. You get what I'm saying? So it would have been in our hands kind of thing. It would have at least clawed back from the disgusting, rubbish, lackluster. Yeah, it's been a terrible season, Liverpool fans. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna defend it. But we're here. Just other teams have been worse than us. Hence, we're still in the top part of the league. At one stage, I think we were eighth or ninth. So things have come leaps and bounds, should we say? So my main part of this video, the whole reason why I wanted to make this video, because I spoke about sabotage. I talked about certain players not giving enough, not doing enough. But for some reason, Slot wants to die by this man, Gakpo. Tell me why the hell did Gakpo do this? If you watched it in this time, in real time, sorry, Stonewall, everyone thought it was a goal. Yeah? There's no one in the world thought this wasn't going to end up in a goal. Jones literally just, yeah, any part of the body, no arms involved, nothing, just glide it in. Tell me, I got this picture for a reason because Gakpo decides to stick his leg in there and do this motion. Yeah, do this motion. The goals that let's say the goal, this goal here, the end of my screen. Gakpo decides to do this motion. What do you think that's gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen if a ball comes and it does this motion? Yeah, that's exactly what Gakpo did. He did that action and the ball went out of the goal instead of into the goal. He didn't have to do nothing. Yes, some fans were saying, "Oh, it's not always his fault because he was just trying to put the ball in the net." But who the hell put the ball when it's going in that direction? Who flicks their feet like that? The ball's going that way. Why would you flick your feet like that? I don't understand. Jones should have had a goal there. I don't care if it was a dead goal, a stomach barge of the ball into the goal. It is what it is. But I'm telling you, Gakpo is a anti-agent of progress. He's not an agent of progress at all. He's an anti-agent of progress because this guy, if he's not stinking up the place, he's doing foolishness like this. And the look on his face afterwards, you cannot tell me this guy didn't know what he was doing. It made zero sense. Some Liverpool fans, obviously in the chats, whatever, um, when I was doing another live with another with the man or whatever, some people were making excuses for him that, bro, it was an honest mistake. He was trying to put the ball in, but I'm sorry, actions of flicking your feet when the ball's going that way. You come on, man, come on. Look, that way, this way. What is going to happen? And he anyway. Gakpo, I'm sorry, he needs to be read. Slot, don't die by this brother because you keep giving him chances, he's gonna sink you. You get what I'm saying? Like I've never been slot out. I'm still slot sorted out, but as the time goes by, I'm really, really, really losing the will to continue because I think I'm a very tiny portion of Liverpool fans who still want you in the job, but you're not making it easy for us, the ones that are still supporting. Because I'm a respectable man, and I'm not into this firing and sacking of managers. You won us the league, something we ain't got for a long time. Klopp only managed to do it once. Cool, no problem. But in the meantime, he got FA Cup, he got Champions League. So don't put yourself on that level. Yeah, cool, no problem. But Gakpo, he needs to be moved on this summer. I don't care what anyone says. If I was told Gakpo is staying, but it will be a squad player, okay, cool. I can accept that. But there's no way in hell in 2026/2027 season, I want Gakpo to be starting at Liverpool Football Club because he just stinks up the place week in, week out, and then now and again, like in the West Ham game, he does something and everyone forgets how bad this brother has been for us. And he's supposed to be one of our attackers. And he's not alone, but at least others have turned up a bit more than he has. Soberslai, off the ball now and again, but he's come up trumps, free kicks, corner kicks, you name it. He's done a lot more, and he's got engine. He works hard for the team. Gakpo most of the time, yeah, it's just I'm not even a hater like that, but Gakpo, if it doesn't something doesn't change, he doesn't start giving more to this squad, to this team, he has to go, man. He's number one target for me to be moved on this summer. I don't care. Slot, if you're gonna die by this brother, it's on you. But I'm gonna leave it there for this week because we've got Wolverhampton again in the FA Cup. I believe we play them on Friday. Hopefully we smoke them and we continue our journey and we stay in the FA Cup. We're still in the Champions League. Top four is still kind of in our hands, but not, if you get my drift. It just depends on what the other teams do, namely Chelsea, Man United, Villa. Brentford are slightly further back now, so I don't think they'll be in it. But yeah, it's looking dark for Liverpool fans right now. And until next time, peace.